I have an apology that I have to issue here. We talk a lot about municipal broadband and net neutrality on this show. Municipal broadband, if you're new to this, is city-owned internet. That's basically what it is, where the city or municipality is in charge of internet infrastructure. People pay their internet bill the same way they pay for their garbage collection or something like that. It's a city utility. And net neutrality is written into the charter, so people are guaranteed a free and open internet. Because guess what? Your city council officials and your mayors, they want a free and open internet too. Cities that have tried municipal broadband, pretty much 100% of the time, and Harvard did a study exposing this, 100% of the time, they get internet at a cheaper price than the cable companies, first of all. And virtually 100% of the time, nearly 100% of the time, with very, 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 very few exceptions, they get better internet at a better price. So they pay a cheaper price. They pay a cheaper price 100% of the time. And nearly 100% of the time, they get better quality internet. The internet is faster and better and stronger. Now, there's a few projects that are still in their infancy stages, that are still developing, that are still somewhat underserved, where the speeds aren't quite as, well, they're pretty much neck and neck with the cable companies, but they may or may not necessarily be better, and I guess it depends on where you're at, but they're always at least neck and neck. They're always at least neck and neck. In most cases, in over 90% of cases, they're better. Because in reality, internet infrastructure isn't super unattainable. It really isn't. With all the different technology solutions we have, from dark fiber to the home, to mesh networks, to different types of connectivity. I mean, there's so many ways to different types of wireless solutions and super networks and super nodes and stuff like that. There's so many different ways to get internet infrastructure available for people at a speed that is decent. So here's another, for instance, of this. This story is a couple years old, but I think it's a really interesting thing to look at when you're talking about city-owned internet. And by the way, why do I need to give an apology? I need to give an apology because the person who shared this article, I forgot to credit you. You tweeted this article at me a couple days ago. It has gotten lost in my in all my tweeting activity since then. And this morning I didn't have time to do an advanced search to try to find it. And I tweeted you back and I said I'll definitely be talking about this on Monday. And I'm really sorry, but I forgot. I thought I wrote it down here on, I have a little note card where I keep notes for the show. I thought I wrote it down. I didn't. So if you see this, please email me so I can credit you. But thank you for sharing this article. Mysterious anonymous person. Thank you very, very much. And even though this is a couple years old, this is really neat and pertinent to a show that talks about city-owned internet, which we do. Check this out. This happened in 2016. British farmers built a DIY broadband network with tractors and 2,000 miles of fiber optic cable. So there you go. A farmer with a tractor, they're digging for cable. And this happened out in the UK. So check this out. The internet has become indispensable in rural England. Farmers go online to access weather reports. Check, okay, blah, blah, blah. Last year, an industry measure estimated that nearly 80% of farms in the United Kingdom had access to the internet, 40% used them daily. Okay. However, some farmers are still off the grid due to connectivity woes. So, for example, this guy, Chris Conder's neighboring farm in Ray Village, Lancaster, could no longer access the internet provided by Lancaster University due to tall trees getting in the way. So as a fix, Conder took the matters in his own hand and pioneered a local DIY broadband service for the Loon Valley farm. She dug a trench with her tractor and laid down a kilometer of fiber optic cable to get them broadband service. Conder, who says she has no real farming experience and described herself as a hairdresser and a farmer's wife and grandmother of 7, was among those who founded B4RN, Broadband for the Rural North, pronounced barn. I just said north. What the hell's wrong with me? North, pronounced barn. In 2011, as a community initiative to bring self-installation fiber broadband to 8 parishes. The Ducks now run over 2,000 miles of cable, connecting nearly 40 parishes with internet speeds as high as 1 gigabit per second, well above the UK's average of 20.89 megabits per second. Barn has 14 staff members and volunteers, 14 paid staff members and volunteers. They lay down the ducking after getting farmers' permission to access their land and use their diggers and tractors to dig the trench. So this woman who had no direct farming experience was able to just get a tractor, dig a trench and then laying down the line, laying down the fiber lines. And now they enjoy high-speed internet, faster than the average in all of England. This project is funded by locals through a cooperative model. Households pay £150, which is the equivalent to $183, a connection fee, and monthly payments of, $37 a month. They get higher speeds than the average in England. They pay $37 a month for it. Are you mad yet? You should be. I have a business account. I pay a lot more than $37 a month. A lot more. And I don't know if I have the same speeds as them. Man, 37, a one-time setup fee. Which, by the way, Big Cable does that all the time. They have setup fees. They have all that stuff, too. I think I paid about, I think $150 is about what I paid. It might have actually been even more. $37 a month. Man. Oh, that should make you mad. That should make you mad. Interesting story. And person who shared that, please let me know so I can credit you. Please. I really want to credit you. So please let me know.
Get your news on with Ron. Don't you want to know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. Get your news on with Ron. Don't you want to know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. You can tweet me an article at Ron Placone. We'll go through it together and make it our own. Get your news